So we have completed, the discussion of industrial pollution, the causes and the measures to control it. Now we are discussing one of the very, significant sector in the emerging India, that is MSME sector. 1 minute, children. Something is. 1 minute. My finger touched something. Okay, I hope you can see the screen, right? Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is MSME sector? Earlier, we used to talk about small scale sector. Now India, there is no small scale sector. For example, the small scale sector has been renamed as MSME. What is MSME? Okay, and what is the role? Dekho. Now 2006, these are all after new economic policy. Government of India passed Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Act. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, that is MSME. Today, wherever you are looking, you can see only this word MSME sector, especially during the pandemic. Okay, how this sector could survive, what did the government do to help the sector, and so on. So MSME children, micro, small and medium. According to this act, enterprises that have been categorized unit who is engaged in manufacturing and those who are providing service. These are the characteristics of MSME sector. First, it is involved in manufacturing activity, and second, it is providing service to the society. Okay. 2020, that is the latest one. Government of India has redefined MSME. The question is, MSME ke niche which all industries are coming? How can you classify an industry as MSME? That's what we are going to discuss. Look, what is micro? Okay, what is small enterprises? What is medium enterprises? This is a very significant classification because this is the latest one. Even from exam point of view, it is very important. Wow, whom do you call as a micro unit? When the investment and plant and machinery is not more than 1 crore, it's very small. When your investment is less than 1 crore, say 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, you are coming under micro unit. Then your annual turnover also should not be more than 5 crores. So these are very clear condition. Children, investment in plant and machinery should not be more than 1 crore and annual turnover should not be more than 5 crore. Then what is small enterprises? Small enterprises means investment limit will increase. Dekho, investment in plant and machinery not more than 10 crore. Here it is 1 crore, here it is 10 crore. Annual turnover is 50 crore. I told you, parallelly, the investment limit will increase. Medium enterprises mean investment limit is not more than 50 crore. Annual turnover is not more than 250 crore. So don't think that it is only very small industries are included. Annual turnover is up to 250 crore means it is comparatively big industry. That is why it is known as medium enterprises. Okay, so micro unit children, the investment should not exceed 1 crore. Small enterprises, investment should not exceed 100 crore. Medium enterprises, investment should not be more than 50 crore. I hope this part is very clear. Now, why the MSME sector is very important? If you are the role of MSME in the economic development of India, if you are going back to your school days, you know that what Mahatma Gandhi ji was emphasizing during that days. He could see the soul of India in the villages and he could realize the importance of SSI sector. Because there were a lot of small scale industry which could contribute to employment and economic development of the country. Don't think that only big companies like Reliance, Tata, okay, or such big companies or IT sector big companies, giants can only contribute. Instead, there are so many MSME sector which are contributing to the GDP. So what is the role of MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises? So first is their contribution to GDP, national income. According to the Ministry of MSME, it should be capital. According to the Ministry of MSME, annual report of 2018-19, okay, there were 6.33 crore. 1 minute. MSME in India. So the number of MSME unit is also very big. More than 99% are micro enterprises. Out of 6.33 crore, 99% see here are the micro enterprises. Aapne dekha micro enterprises means investment in plant machinery is less than 1 crore. Annual turnover is not more than 5 crore. So 99% are micro enterprises. Then whatever is the remaining, that 1% is divided between medium and small enterprises. In that also medium enterprise is very less. MSME have contributed 28.9% of GDP in 2016-17. Comparatively latest figure, if we adjust it, we can say that 30% of GDP is contributed by MSME. That is the reason Ministry of Finance, Reserve Bank of India, all are very much concerned and very much, monitoring the progress of MSME. Especially when this COVID has come, pandemic has come, MSME sector was badly affected. Why? They are the group, who cannot face this lockdown for a longer period. Please remember that. So government has provided financial support so that many of the MSME will not be closing down and all that stuff. Because contribution of MSME to national income, it is a very huge amount. It is 28.9%. Second point is the employment which is created by them. Look here, the employment generation. What is the employment generation? The sector uses labor-intensive technique. Children, this is very important. Why did Gandhiji say that small-scale sector can contribute maximum to the employment issues of the country? Same answer is applying here. MSME sector is using maximum labor-intensive technique. 10 crore, 20 crore का एक मशीन उधर नहीं चाहिए. वो लोग maximum depend करता है labor के ऊपर, which is available in plenty in the country like India, because it has a capacity to create more employment per additional investment as compared to large scale industry. देखो आप, large scale industry में क्या होता है? As they become big, as the size increases, generally what is happening is when their size is increasing, they will be going for more and more computerization. More and more computerization. Please remember that. But in this case, what is happening is, like they will be giving more employment directly to the people because they are using labor-intensive technique. Children, MSME is MSME is emphasizing on labor-intensive methods. Okay. Whereas large-scale industry, they are giving or they are emphasizing more into computer-based, technology, automation. So employment contribution by MSME sector can never be forgotten in India. You can see here, it is creating around 11 crore job in the rural area and urban area. 45% of the jobs are in the rural area. Look here. So MSME sector has been creating around 11 crore jobs, and out of that 11 crore job, 45% of the jobs are in the rural area. So that is the reason MSME is considered as the pulse of economic development of the country. What is the reason, children? Basically, it provides a lot of employment opportunity. You take the case of, MSME, or we talk about micro industry. When we talk about micro unit, for example, the tiffin services which are provided, or bindi making, chappal making. These are almost all the examples you can, even many of the export units are coming under MSME. So they are highly labor intensive, and they are not majorly they are not situated in the urban area. They are more into the rural area. So the employment creation by the MSME sector is pretty high. Then contribution to export. This you have to be very attentive. The sector is contributing to India's export earnings through traditional and non-traditional items. MSME is exporting traditional item as well as MSME is exporting non-traditional item. We will come across with that. Gems and jewelry. Okay. The report released by MSME and CII. What is CII? Confederation of Indian Industry. 98.5% of industry falls under MSME. So India mein large scale industry ka number is very, very limited. So almost you can say 100% industries are falling under MSME sector. Gems and jewelry, this is the main sector which is contributing maximum to the export earnings. Children, what is gems and jewelry? Oh, costly hira, okay, or corals. Then like costly gems, stones, what we are exporting. This is contributing to 6.7% of country's GNP. So this is contributing quite a lot as far as the GDP is concerned. And this is also having largest exporter of artificial jewelry in the world. See this, India is having the credit of becoming largest exporter of artificial jewelry. Children, आपको मालूम है what is artificial jewelry? Okay. Means gold नहीं है. Sometimes 1 gram gold में बनाते हैं, और gold covering. Especially there are so many Gujarati community who are into this export of jewelry business. आप खुद देखिए कितना सारा कंपनीज है इंडिया में, like Viable Global Export, Rajesh, exporters. There are so many big companies who are exporting artificial jewelry, real भी नहीं है, to various parts of the world. This sector accounts for 95% of the diamond trade. ये देखो, 95% of the export of diamond, and is 4th largest exporter of gold jewelry in the world. ये देखो आप, MSME को कैसे इग्नोर कर सकते हैं? MSME क्या क्या एक्सपोर्ट करता है? First is artificial jewelry. Second is 95% of the diamond export. Then 4th largest exporter of gold jewelry. Artificial jewelry के साथ साथ we are also consuming maximum jewelry. So gold jewelry mein we are 4th largest. We are importing gold, making the jewelry, and we are exporting. Similar story with diamond. So children, tell me, MSME sector, 3 items they are exporting, maximum 3 items. Which are the 3 items? Either put it in the chat box. Imitation jewelry, right children, you are perfectly right. Which are the 3 items which are exported? by the MSME sector? Chat box में लिखो.
Chemicals, pharmaceuticals, leather, software, services, etc.
वो तो मैं स्टार्ट ही नहीं किया, जो कंप्लीट किया वो बोलिए, वो तो पीछे आने वाला है. What are the major items right now? What we discussed in the case
Imitation
of
jewelry,
Diamond export,
diamond, and
very
gold.
good. Excellent.
gold jewelry.
Yeah, gold jewelry, diamond, and the artificial jewelry or the imitation jewelry. In addition to that, what you say is correct. It is also exporting garment, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, leather, then software services. There are so many software companies which are belonging to MSME, and they are providing services to all over the world. In the area of computers, we know that India is a leading center for the software services. Then you take the case of garments. लोखंडे मार्ग में आप खुद देखिए, छोटे बच्चे लोगों का कपड़ा बनाने वाला कितना गाला है, और वो सब डायरेक्टली एक्सपोर्ट करता है गल्फ कंट्री, यूएसए. इंडिया का गारमेंट्स आर हाईली डिमांडेड आउटसाइड. Then we are also exporting chemicals, pharmaceuticals, etc. Then mobilization of capital and entrepreneurial skill. ये देखो, small scale industry का सबसे बड़ा advantage is that it is able to mobilize the capital. It is able to mobilize the entrepreneurial skill. Please remember, what is the meaning of entrepreneurial skill? Business करने का वो skill. Everybody, when you talk about the best entrepreneurs of the country, every time we don't have to speak only the name of say Ratan Tata or Anil Ambani or Gautam Adani.
Azim Premji.
They are all the large scale industry, no doubt. Azim Premji Vagera, they belong to the large scale industrial group. But at the same time, there are a number of entrepreneurs who are in the MSME sector. They are also having high intellectual capacity. Only thing, maybe they may be having less capital, or they may be having some geographical issues because of which they are not becoming large scale. There are so many small scale industry. I will give you the example. Large scale industry become localized, can get concentrated in certain areas, whereas MSME are more decentralized. This is point number one. Large scale industries are more concentrated. You take the case of say Infosys. Infosys का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा काम कर्नाटका में होता है, because it is a hometown of Narayan Murthy and his wife Sudha Murthy. It is more into Karnataka. If you take the example, say TCS, now Tata Consultancy Service, you can see that they are having their branches in Mumbai. The problem is one or two cities में, नहीं तो one or two states में highly concentrated hai. Nowadays Telangana, okay, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, all of them are now competingly, they are calling the MSME sector. Please remember that. What is the advantage of MSME sector, children? Look here. They can better mobilize. This is very, very, very important. Untapped, unused saving of the people. See, first point, they can also make use of the skill of large number of small entrepreneurs. Okay. So there are, what are the advantages of small scale industry, children? First advantage is that they can tap unused savings of the people of India. We know that Indians, till recently, now the trend is changing. Say even 10 years before, Indians got the habit of keeping their savings at home, or they give to their friends. They were not having the capacity, or they were not interested to put the money in the bank. I'm talking about 20, 25 years before. So the money which they are keeping at home, okay, that is not coming into the system because the money is kept idle. Please remember that. So what is happening is, in the case of SSI, it will be able to utilize ये जो पैसा है ऐसा कैश में घर में पड़ा है. You will ask, madam, कौन सा state में इतना money है? You know that there are so many states which are having very good number of MSME because people are having lot of untapped savings. Use नहीं किया है. You take the example of Rajasthan. Okay, you take the example of Punjab, Haryana. They are all very rich states, UP. I did not speak about Kerala purposefully. Due to what reason? Because Kerala, the most of the money is coming from NRI people. It is Gulf money. This is why I did not consider that. Otherwise, there are so many states, which I have mentioned you. They are able to, lot of unused savings. Rajasthan, there are so many villages where itna paisa pada hai ghar mein. Similar story about Punjab, Haryana. Okay, then even Karnataka, you know that it is also encouraging a lot of MSME sector. Then regional dispersal of industry. This is something very important. What do you mean by regional dispersal? Regionally distributing. Industries are not concentrated on one or two states. Generally, large scale industry का नाम लो, everybody knows, madam, वो तो 2-3 state में ही है. Okay, let us take the case of Maharashtra. Okay, or you take the case of Gujarat. Like that, Ramnagar mein Reliance ka. So big industries are always confined to one or two cities where they can influence that government, as well as they will be more comfortable in those state where there is lot of encouragement for MSME sector. Most of the MSMEs are set up to meet the local needs and they use local resources. So MSME sector का speciality क्या है? Especially micro sector. वो लोग अपने capital use करेगा. Okay. Then they will provide many products which are demanded by the local people. So this MSME sector is very useful. You can say that as far as the nation is concerned. 51% of registered MSME are in the rural area. Look here, more than half. These industries are in the rural area. Read it. 1 minute, I will bring that strip down. Tell me what is regional dispersal of industry. You can read it. पढ़ता है या नहीं? So who can tell what is regional dispersal of industries, children?
Local needs and
Right, they are depending upon the local needs and the local resources.
Local resources.
That is perfectly right. And most of the MSME sector are seen in the rural area. Because the reason is simple. वो लोगों के लिए comparatively, less money is required. And they are also dealing with the local people. So both of the parties are very comfortable. ये देखो, this is a very good question for objective. UP has the largest number of MSME sector, number 1, followed by West Bengal. Don't think that Maharashtra can also join that league, not possible. Because Maharashtra MEM infrastructure and the incentive which are provided by small scale sector is not appreciable. But UP, you know that, largest state in India, plus West Bengal, they all have adopted. And this can protect the laborers and also can encourage the revenue and employment. This is, MSME का कौन सा स्टेट में सबसे ज्यादा यूनिट है? Which state is having maximum unit of MSME in India? क्या लिखा है chat में?
UP.
Very good.
UP.
Excellent children, UP. Followed by West Bengal. Okay, followed by West Bengal. We will continue, children. I'll just save the attendance.